Hi, Daisy and Heidi and Quinn and Olivia. I'm so excited to be figuring out how to make videos for you guys so that we can continue on with our kind of more formal math lessons. So this is the first video. There's no lesson today. I am just kind of introducing stuff so that we can see what that's going to look like as we move on through the next couple of weeks. So the first thing that I want to kind of show you is just how things are going to look. So I'm going to make myself smaller. And I know all of you recognize, let me get some of these cords out of the way, recognize this screen here because we're super used to seeing it at school. This is what the videos are going to look like. You can still you're still going to access your lessons through your math folder, the one that was shared with you 2 weeks ago. So you'll still go to, whoops, let me go back, so that's everyone. You'll still go to your folder. I'm just using Olivia's for right now. You'll still go to your folder, you'll click on math, and then next week will be up there. It's just not there yet because I'm not finished with it. So you'll still access it in the exact same way. That's probably how you're seeing this video now. So let me just open that so that we have it. The one thing that I'm really hoping this will help with is being able to see, what it is that we're used to seeing. And the first thing that I wanted to kind of update on is our daily workbook pages and just staying organized. So it is important. I know last week or 2 weeks ago, whenever that was, I didn't really mention anything about writing your daily workbook pages down because I didn't have a great way of showing that to you. But I definitely kept track of what it was that we were supposed to be doing each day, and I want you to be doing the same on your copy that you have at home. So take a minute. If you didn't write this stuff down last week, take a minute and just pause this video here, and then you can write in those pages that you need to write in. Try to follow along with the pages each day. If you are going to work ahead, so let's say, oops, let me get that out of the way. Let's say like Wednesday next week, I think we do 9 and 10 and then 11 through 12. If there is not a video or a lesson to go along with the pages that you're doing, please do not do them yet. So wait until the lesson or the video has been posted and you can watch that. But if there's a video posted for, next Friday and it's only Wednesday, feel free to work ahead. I'm not going to tell you not to do it if the video has been posted. So there's definitely that. That's part of staying organized. The other thing that I really, really want you guys to work on is when you're doing your board problems or your workbook problems, make sure, see, all of you recognize that. It's trying to focus. Make sure that you're following along the same system that we do in class, where you're writing the pages that we're working on and you're writing the date. So go ahead and make sure every time you work in your workbook, you're doing those two things. I don't have my other example. I had an example of one from before, but you guys should know what that looks like. Just make sure that at the end of your section, you're putting a line all the way across the page so that we can move on to the next page. The way that the videos are going to work is I'm hoping it'll work a lot like it did when we were in class, where I can sit and we can work through some stuff on my page here and you guys can follow along in your notebooks and then move on to the workbook pages. The thing that I want to talk about and encourage you with is if confusion starts or if there's something that you need a little bit of extra support or help with, it can get a little bit tricky because you can't just raise your hand and ask me a question and you can't just lean over to your neighbor and ask them. So there are a few things that I want you to do if that happens. I want you to first take a breath and slow down. You know, a lot of times we get really rushed and we're excited to be doing this because I know you all love math so much. But when things are hard, it really, really helps to slow down and think about what it is that you're doing. What you need to do every time is make sure that you're reading the question. Make sure that you are looking at all of the directions. So sometimes that means the little boxes that are up at the top. I have my workbook right here. So for example, I just opened to a totally random page. That means reading everything that is in this box. So a lot of times we want to jump down and go straight to the question because you might think that you already know this because I talked about it on the video. But I probably missed some of the stuff that's written in here, or if I talked about it, you may not remember from when I was talking about it. So every time you need to make sure that you're reading the whole directions. And the other suggestion that I have is that if it still isn't making sense, read the question out loud. So for example, the first time that I read this question in my head, I missed that we were starting at 88 and going to 160 because I got super excited and I was like, oh, keep writing multiples of 8. But once I took the time to say, use the patterns you found in parts B and C to write the multiples of 8 from 88 to 160. Now I know that I'm starting at 88 and I'm ending at 160. So reading the question out loud can be super helpful. It makes sure that you're not skipping parts of the question. The other thing that you can do is you can jump back up to the things that you did before. So this first one is not a great example of it. So for example, most of you have already done page 7, right? So if you get down here and it says on grid paper, draw a number line picture to show the division. And you're like, wait, what's a number line picture? The best way to answer that question for yourself is to look back up the top of the page and find out what it is that you were doing before, because generally it's leading into the next questions when we're talking about a specific unit. The other thing that you can do is you can ask parents or ask older siblings or people who are at your house if they can help you with those questions. You could even call one of your classmates and work through some of these pages together. I think that would be super cool. Or you are welcome to call or text or email me with questions that you have. That would be fantastic too. I'm working on setting up some video conferencing so we could even see each other's faces and do kind of this sort of stuff during a video. So those are the things that I want you to be thinking about if you feel like you're getting stuck. The other thing is go back and watch the video again, or go back and look at the lesson again if it was from 2 weeks ago. Go back and read through the stuff that I posted. I know sometimes it's a lot of reading and you may not have wanted to read all of that, which is what I'm hoping that the videos will help with, because then we can kind of still work through things together. So, go back and watch the video again, go look at your notes, look at the stuff that we did through that. The other thing that I wanted to talk about is following a schedule. I know Lee and Nora and I sent out that schedule that we wanted you guys to make for yourselves at the beginning of 2 weeks ago. I think we sent it out on that Tuesday. So making some sort of a schedule that you can follow so that you know when you're going to be spending time working on math. When we're in school, you know exactly when you're supposed to be in math and what you're supposed to be doing at that time. So try to set up a schedule where you can sit down and spend time working on each of the classes that you need to work on. And then the last thing that I wanted to talk about is how I can get your work back, because I want to see your workbook pages and I want to see your notebook pages. Normally I get to check those off while we're in class, and that's not something that I can do when you are not in the same place. So what I would like for you to do is in your Google Drive and your Math Drive, if it's possible for you to add a photo of your workbook pages in this Google Drive, that would be ideal. That would work for me. And the way that you do that is you have to take a picture of your pages somehow. So, if you have a computer that works, you can hold your pages up in front of the computer and take them that way, as long as I can see them. A phone works really great. A phone with a camera on it works really great. And then you can drop them into this Google Drive. If you're not sure how to do that, you can ask someone in your house. But if they are not sure how to do that, that's okay. Still take a picture of it and just email it to me and send that to my email, and then I can go ahead and pull it over into your folder for you, so that at least we have all of your stuff in one place that you're doing. Other than that, we already finished Unit 1, but I don't think there's a test for Unit 1. It was only 3 pages long or 2 pages long. But there will be some tests and that kind of thing that are coming up, and I will probably email those out to your parents so that they can print them, or we'll get them to you in a packet if you don't have a printer at your house. So there are some tests that will be coming up, just like when we're in regular school. And so just keep a lookout for those. We just started the Unit 2, and it's a pretty big one. So we have lots of really exciting stuff that's coming up. I can't wait to learn, things like long division. Everyone has been looking forward to it for the whole year, and we finally get to it, but we're not together. So I'm excited that we can kind of tackle this stuff in this sort of format, and I just really want to encourage you guys to reach out to me if you need anything. Other than that, I really miss you guys, and I can't wait to see your faces. So definitely just let me know if you need anything. Okay, thanks so much. Thanks for working on this and just figuring things out as we go. We're in this together, and we're going to work really, really hard to make it work.